Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Ruiz Massieu, the Secretary General Special Representative for Haiti.
Uh, uh, well, thank you. It was a very good meeting, a very productive meeting session on Haiti this time, with the presence of the Prime Minister, which clearly shows uh, not only his commitments to improve the situation in the country, but also the trust he placed on the UN support, the trust, and I would say his interest in engaging directly with the council members and share his own vision in terms of the steps forward in improving security, in preparing towards elections. And it was a productive meeting where I would say that the council is confident that the steps towards improving the situation in Haiti is clear. Messages of support clearly to the mission, to the political mission, to support towards the operational mission that we have recently deployed in support of our presence, but also in particular to the gang suppression force. And also had the participation of the special representative of the Gang Suppression Force, so we can provide a really an overall assessment on the different situations on the different fronts of the country. So we believe we have reasons to be hopeful that situations will improve. We have reasons to be optimist that the situations can improve in the short and the medium term, and that in some time the country can come back again to a constitutional order through having elections, um, and to provide humanitarian assistance in a better way. And we can implement different programs that we are working on with the Haitians in terms of disengaging children from the gangs, and implement programs such as DDR, community violence reductions, and continue our work. So we are very confident that we can move forward, and we will continue to work along with the Haitian authorities to improve the situation.
Mr. Wissu, this is Gabriel Lozano from Al Jazeera English. Good to see you again. Um, I wanted to ask you just about the elections. It's good to refocus on Haiti again, since so much is going on in the world. Do you have any sort of timeline of what you would like to see in terms of, I know you normally don't like to put timelines, but any thinking on that in terms of timelines on elections? And then also in your remarks to the council, you mentioned the illicit flow of weapons and ammunition, and how while sanctions help, there needs to be more of an effort to curtail that. Who do you see leading that effort? Would that be GSF or the Haitian National Police, or some other combination of that?
Yep, thank you for the question. On the election side, they have a calendar, but the calendar will be revised. They're already announced that the original calendar that was set to have a first round of election in August will be reviewed because of different reasons, mainly organizational, and also because they are adding an extra, they were working towards adding an extra ballot in order to have a some constitutional review put to referendum to the population, so that probably will push the calendar a bit further. Still, the idea of the government is to have elections, at least the first round, at the end of the year. So that's for now the horizon, and maybe the second round then at the beginning of next year. All this evidently has to be in an environment that security has improved, and that's why everything is then interlinked. Because we expect that the neighborhoods that are threatened, the neighborhoods that have presence, influence, or sometimes even control of the gangs, then can be freed up, and elections then could be viable. It's important to have elections, but also more important to have elections in an environment of security where candidates can campaign, when voters can exert their rights in a free environment. But we're still hopeful that elections can happen this year at the end, but we have to obviously monitor how the situation evolves. In terms of the weapons or ammunition entering into the country, yes, and we quoted an example in the statement to the council. There were some gangs that were rather quiet recently, and information that we have partly is because they didn't have ammunition. And so that's important. Whenever they got ammunition, then suddenly they got more violent with the population, but also in internal fights vis-a-vis self-defense group in that particular department. So it is clear that when they are, let's say, dry out of ammunitions, the situation can calm down. So it's important to combat that. It's important that the embargo, arms embargo, is overseen, and the sanctions committee evidently act upon it. And in terms of the interplay, clearly the GSF, when it becomes more strengthened, they will capture, they will detain people, they will recover weapons, and it's an opportunity not only to recover those weapons or ammunitions that they have, but also to trace their origin and give this information to those that are in charge in reporting when these provisions are not respected, and take actions, or put to the sanctions committee the information so they can take action.
Thank you very much. We heard the special representative for the gang suppression force say that basically the pledges have been pretty impressive, and the deployment phase is going to start in the coming months. Do you have any more details on the number of pledges? I know we just saw an announcement from Chad of 1,500 troops. And actually, when this phased deployment will actually begin.
Yeah, even though he can himself provide more precise information, the information that he has shared here, and he has shared with us because we coordinate quite often, is that on the part of the pledges, and that's also information from the standing group of partners, which is the governing body, the pledges that they receive go beyond the numbers that they were looking for in terms of 5,500 elements between military and police. They have started already to be deployed. Their first country that is deploying their troops are from Chad, and that's going on. But their plans and expectations is that in this staggered way, that they will continue to receive from Chad and from other countries in the coming months, so they can have the full strength of the GSF between the fall and the end of the year. But this year they will have the full capacity.
And did you say that there are some Chadian troops that have already been deployed?
Yeah, that's correct.
Where?
No, in Port-au-Prince, in the capital, and they'll continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you really for the interest and the questions. We are, as I said, very confident that we can continue contribute, helping the Haitians to move forward, and it's been, and the coming months will be key, so we can continue to act collectively with the Security Council, with the different layouts of the UN and other forces, and we're really optimistic that things can improve. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks very much.